Good morning, friends. Welcome to goonlinetrainings.com. And today, let us see some more SSIS transformations. Okay. So yesterday we had seen sorting transformation. It is completely block transformations, right? And today, let us understand some more transformations here. And the first transformation is aggregate transformation. Now, I have some data in the source system. For example, I have the data here and I wanted to aggregate the data based on the city and I wanted to send the data to the destination. If I wanted to send the data to the destination like this, and I have to use aggregate transformation here. If I have the data in the RDBMS system without performing aggregate transformation, I can use simply, I can write a query and I can get this kind of a result set. There is no issue here. But if I have the data in the flat file system, flat files, or if I have the data in the raw files, definitely I have to use aggregate transformation to get this kind of an output. Okay, so you can apply group by clause, all functions, some min, max, count, all of them are available here, and a group by clause can also be used, and it is also a block transformation. Okay, so this is what is called aggregate transformation. Okay, now the next transformation we can see here, audit transformation. So this gets the data about the environment in which the package runs. For example, what's going to happen sometimes if you have a sensitive data, this is my source data. So whenever I wanted to capture the data in the destination, I wanted to know from which machine the row got captured. Okay, and what is the time in which it got captured, and who's the owner of the of the SSIS package who ran the package and everything. So this info I wanted to get along with the row. Okay, so SSIS includes different kinds of variables to get the above info. So this is only for the auditing purpose. If you wanted to capture the environment data, system time and all of them, definitely you should be able to use audit transformations. Clear? And we have cache transformation. So this will cache the data from the source to speed up the process. So normally whenever we use lookup transformation, so we're going to discuss about the caching techniques and all. Okay, so lookup is very important transformation in all ETL packages. We're going to discuss about different caching techniques in the lookup transformations. And we have one more transformation that is called character map transformation, applicable for string functions. For example, I wanted to convert uppercase to lowercase, or I wanted to perform other string operations. Then the people can use character map transformation. It works with the string data type only. Okay. So whenever you wanted to perform any kind of an operation here, it can add a new column, or you can also replace an existing column. For example, you wanted to make it to uppercase. So existing column can be modified as a uppercase, or leave the column as it is and create a new column and make the changes in the new column. So that is also possible. So that is the meaning of it can add a new column or replace the existing column. Now we have data conversion transformation. So entire world data, all the characters, different languages we have, all the data has been divided into two categories. One is unique code, the other one is non-unique code. Okay. But if you wanted to perform globalization today, definitely you have to support all languages. So initially we had non-unique code data. That means only English was supporting in the IT industry. Okay. So now slowly what people were demanding, we need our own language also. So people have introduced all other languages. So you can store your name in your own language, Russian, Marathi, Urdu, Bengali, Telugu. Okay. For that we can use Unicode characters. So here each character will take only 1 byte. Here each character will take 2 bytes. So Unicode means all languages including English. Non-Unicode means a purely English language. Okay. So here in SSIS we have a data type called DTSTR to store the all string data. It is in non-unique code. In Unicode side, we have DT, WSTR. W stands for wide string. Okay, this is to support Unicode character data. Okay, now some applications by default, Notepad and text files by default, they're supporting non-Unicode data. That means here one character will take only 1 byte. But when you take Excel and XML and .NET, Oracle, lots of other languages today, they're supporting more Unicode data. Okay, so these guys, so Excel cannot take Notepad data directly because Excel data is each character will take 2 bytes of data. So this is a purely Unicode data, and Notepad data purely non-Unicode data. You cannot dump Notepad data, text files data directly to the Excel or XML without having a data conversions. So data conversion has to be there. So you have to convert DTSTR data into DTWSTR data because Excel by default supports Unicode language. That means what? You can open Excel and you can write Russian directly in Excel sheets. Without conversion, the data will get stored. Okay. So you have to understand that even Microsoft is storing different languages today. SQL Server is also supporting different languages today. And without conversion, you can have XML. All of them are supporting today Unicode. So be clear. So data conversion we have to use whenever you have Notepad data trying to dump into Excel or XML. Without a conversion, it will not work. Clear? So data conversion, this converts data from one format to another, can apply multiple conversions to a single input column. So string can be represented in two formats as we discussed already, Unicode and non-Unicode format. So here we have a DTWSTR and DTSTR, and my SQL Server has nchar and varchar data types, and here we have char and varchar data types. Okay, so and we have multicast transformation. So it distributes its input to one or more outputs. Does not have properties to set. So I have one input data I'm going to give you. This data I wanted to distribute to multiple destinations, Excel, XML, Oracle, SQL Server. So one input, many outputs. So you have to use multicast transformation. It doesn't have any properties to set. Remember this. Now, so yesterday we discussed about raw files, right? These are faster, they do not parse and they do not require drivers. They can be used as staging files in SSIS. So yesterday we were talking about raw files. If you wanted to migrate the data from one platform to another, the easiest way is that, you get all the data from each and every table, dump into a raw file and give the raw file to the SSIS developer so that he can take the data from that raw file and dump into a SQL Server table without having any kind of a conversion. So it will be very, very fast. Okay. So then we have one more transformation called conditional split transformation. It splits the input data into many destinations based on a filter condition. Unmatched rows are redirected to the default output. So if you have some kind of a data, the data you wanted to have some kind of a limitation or some kind of a filter you wanted to apply so that you can have the data here. For example, I have some data here. One year just now yesterday I have given you this example, right? So we have say 1 John we have from ES and 2 Ram say we is from India, like that. We have some data. So have some data here. So I wanted to take the data and dump the data based on the condition. So I wanted to have all US data should go to SQL Server. Okay, all US data should go to SQL Server. All UK data should go to say Oracle or send it to an Excel sheet. Okay, remaining data, this is the default output. The default output means here unmatched data. Okay, so unmatched data should go to some other SQL server destination, SQL destination. Okay, so US data, so this John record will go to SQL server, and Salma record will go to Excel sheet, and Ram Kiran data, this is unmatched data because I don't want to capture the data. That data is known as a default output. Default output means these are matched records. These two are matched. Okay, and the remaining data would be unmatched data. So unmatched data is known as a default output data. That also, if you wanted to capture, you should be able to capture here. So this is, based on filter condition, you may give single condition or you may give multiple conditions. If you have multiple conditions, for example, I can give country equals to US or country equals to India or country equals to US or UK. Like that, you can give multiple conditions. Or country equals to US, go to this destination. Country equals to, say, UK, go to this destination. Remaining data should go to this destination. So remaining data means unmatched data. That is what is known as a default output. So you can also send or you can also ignore this if you don't want to capture. So forget about it. So only whatever you need, you can collect from this conditional split output. Clear? So this is what is called conditional split. So unmatched rows are redirected to the default output. Now, here is one example I had given. So we have different destinations are available here. I'm getting the data from flat file source and I'm applying a condition here. All male data is going here. All female data will go here. So unfortunately, I don't have any other data. So all the data will go here. Unmatched data will be zero records here. But when you have any kind of a mismatched data, for example, I have a K here. So anywhere if I have some, extra gender is there is extra, records are there which are either neither M nor F, that kind of a data will go to unmatched uh, place storage. Okay. So this is what is called conditional split transformation. Based on a condition, it's going to split the data. Now, we have a copy column transformation. It's used to create a copy of a given input column and use this column to perform new operations. For example, I have a salary column and I wanted to make a copy of the salary column and do some kind of a modifications on the new column. So what is going to happen if you do modifications on an existing column, you lose the originality, right? So you copy the original column data and you do the changes in the new column. So that is what is the purpose of a copy column. So copy column is always will retain the original values as it is because we are not going to touch the original data. So it is copy a new column and on that you perform some kind of an operations if you wanted to perform. Multicast creates multiple copies of whole data, whereas copy column creates copy of a given column. So if I wanted to copy entire data, then you have to use multicast. But I wanted to use only single column data, the better use copy column transformation. And we have one more important transformation that is known as derived column transformation. So the purpose is to have complex expressions here. This creates a new column values by using existing columns. It can add a new column or replace an existing column here. For example, I have source system is having female, male like that, but I don't want to capture everything here. In the destination system, I wanted to have only first letter from the gender column. So uh, female for F and male. So example, the second example I'm quoting here, if the gender equals to M, then the name must be, Mr. has to be prefixed along with the name in the destination. If the gender equals to F and I should prefix with Miss. If you wanted to perform this kind of an expression, so remember that if you wanted to write expression, so definitely derived column transformation you have to apply. For example, I wanted to trim the data, trimming. So customer will give you, you may have some kind of a, spaces, in the left side and right side of the string. So that I wanted to cut. That I wanted to, trim. So for the trimming purpose also derived column transformations can be used. Clear? So derived column heavily used in the packages, and we never seen any packages without having a derived column and lookup transformation and data conversion transformations. These are heavily used transformations. Derived column means you have to always understand writing complex expressions. So lots of operators which are available in this, you should be able to perform very simple expressions. For example, you have a price column and a quantity column. I wanted to get a total column. You can have a price into quantity, simple expression. So from simple expressions to very complex expressions, you should be able to perform with the help of derived column transformations only. Okay. Now this is the expression we can write. So there is a ternary operator in C language, same expression. If the condition is true, action 1 will be carried out. If the condition is false, action 2 will be carried out. Okay, if the gender equals to M, so remember it is single equals to will not work in SSIS. So double equals to and single quotes will not work here. You have to use double quotes. If gender equals to true and take this expression, else you have to create this kind of an expression. So very simple expressions. So this kind of an expressions we should be able to write them. So if else switch, lots of expressions you should be able to write. So to write expressions, you must use derived column transformation. So please remember this point. And now, one more example for the derived column. So I have some data in the source system. I have Bhaskar, I have Durga, I have some data here. But the customer is saying split the data into first name and the last name. So they wanted to have the data just like this. So again, for the splitting or merging, you have to use derived column transformations only. So you read the data from here, make the first name as Bhaskar, the last name as Jogi. So this is what is called, again you have to write lots of expressions here. We're going to perform this small exercise also so that you would understand how we can write this kind of an expressions. Okay, so these are the some of the things you should be able to understand when to use derived column transformation and what are the things we're going to do in the derived column transformation. So here have you seen, so first name and last name, I had written few expressions to get the first name and the last name from the given source data. So this I'm going to perform and show you, don't worry about this. Okay, so let us do lots of demos on this so that you will understand in the better way. Okay, so let me quickly go here and take a new package. So new SSIS package. So demo number 11. So okay, data flow. So first we have to go to the control flow and go to the favorites and drag and drop data flow task first and double click on it so that you should be able to go to the data flow task. Here, let us perform one small. Let me go here. So I have some data that I wanted to take this data and give it to you. Let me take employee data. So this is my system. Okay, so go here, drag and drop. So right away, flat file source. Okay, and double click on this and flat file connection manager, click in you and you say flat file source and browse, and this is the thing I wanted to use. Click on open, and here we have no text qualifier, we have delimited value, fixed width values, and we have ragged, right? So delimited values I'm going to select and column names in the first data row and click on preview. So when you preview, this is your data. Okay. So I don't want to get this data, sorry. So let me go to some other, double click on this. So go here, flat file source. I wanted to get the data from the D drive. This data I wanted to have employee. Okay, so just preview the data. This is the data I wanted to capture. I have employee ID, employee name, salary, gender, department ID. So this data I wanted to capture. If you don't check column names in the first data row, let me uncheck this and go to preview. So automatically you will get this difference. Column 0, employee ID will become data for you. So remember this. Always go to general and check this. Column names in the first data row, go to the preview. So you will get column names as it is will be there. So click on OK. Now the connection is here. So when you double click on this tomorrow, you should be able to know from where you should be able to get the data from the source system. So that path and everything you should be able to see from this connection only. So click on OK. Now this is the source data. I wanted to get the data and I wanted to dump the data. So based on some filtering criteria. So I wanted to have male and female data and I wanted to capture, and remaining data I wanted to remove. For example, I have a data which is equivalent to K. That data is junk data or invalid data that I wanted to remove from this. So cleansing is happening now. So ETL always performs the cleansing. Cleansing means data removing duplicates. So data scrubbing. So people will call it as data scrubbing, data cleaning, data cleansing. So these are the activities they say. You remove the duplicate data or unwanted data or wrong values, misspelled values. All of them you have to remove them. So data scrubbing or data cleansing. So let me straight away go to the here, and I should be able to delete the data which is, I don't need. So I wanted to have purely male data and female data, and I wanted to separate them, and remaining data I wanted to remove from this file. So if you have a billions of data, definitely manually removing is very, very difficult. So you have to double click on this, and here we can perform lots of operations, and lots of functions are available if you wanted to perform some kind of an operations here. You have mathematical functions, you have string functions. So all of them, if you wanted to use, you can use them. So as of now, go to columns, and here I wanted to take a gender and drop it here. So case 1 equals to, if gender equals to male, so double quotes, okay? If gender equals to male, take the data and you can write here male data, okay? And again drag and drop gender here and equals to, and here you can say female data, and this is female data, okay? So I have taken male data, female data, default output, this is unmatched data. You can write like this, because whatever the data you wanted to leave, that is unmatched data. The unmatched data will go to one more destination. If you wanted to capture, otherwise just leave it as it is. So done. Very simple. So click on OK. Now save. Take one destination now, and OLEDB destination let me take, and take one blue pipe and put it here, and here what data you wanted to send. It is asking you. You can say I wanted to capture the female data. So the female data would go here, double click on this. So where you wanted to send. So create a connection. Already I have one company connection. You can use, otherwise go for the new one. So click on OK. And inside this, I wanted to create a table. So go here, name of the table. I don't have any table here. Click on new. And it's going to give you this command. So simply modify this. Say female data. female data, and always you have to click on mappings. If you don't click on mapping, simply click on OK. Still, you should be able to get the OK button. Okay. So double click on this, simply click on mappings and check everything is going smoothly or not. Sometimes what is going to happen, it will be like this. If it is like this data is not going to go there. Either you come here and change, automatically you will get a line, or you go and take drag and drop a line here, automatically this will get adjusted. So click on OK. So always click on mappings here. So you will get female data here. Then I wanted to have uh, male data also, SQL destination only, or some other destination also you can use. So let me take this and let me put it here, and male data also I'm going to send here. So double click on this. Okay. And company database. So here give as male data. So click on mappings, and always mappings is a very important. So male data, female data, and I wanted to have one more. So that is one more blue pipe you have to take, and here double click on this. Automatically you are able to see unmatched data is mapped because you have only one thing. So when you click on the next time, you will not be able to get the blue pipe because male data, female data, unmatched data. That's it. So you will not be able to get again blue pipes. Only red pipes are available. Red pipe means this is for the error data. So this red pipe I'm going to discuss later. So double click on this, and when you go here, I wanted to say this is the wrong data or remaining data. So unmatched, something like this. So click on mappings. So click OK, save and execute. When you go here and save and execute, let us see what's going to happen. Okay, so you got 2 rows in the male data, you got 2 rows in the female data, you got 4 rows in the unmatched rows. So stop debugging, go here and go here and watch. So use company. So you have Lata, Radha, female data, you're able to get it, fine. Then you have male data is also fine, and you have last one unmatched data. So let me execute this. But why you supposed to get only one record, but you got this and this and you got this record also. So we had issue here, right? So we should be able to understand why it is. It is because of the case sensitivity. But why this record? I think probably there is a space here and there. When you have a space here also, there is a problem here. So it is not able to take that. Okay. So you have to trim the data and then only it can get captured. If you have F or, after M, there is a space, I think. Because of that, it did not take that. And it is completely case sensitive. So it is a small m and capital, small f, and it has not considered because there we are giving gender equals to capital M. Because of this data it did not consider. So there is a problem in this package. So we have to properly create the package. Let me go back here, and when you go and see, we are considering only the male record. It is not able to take the small m and small f. So here we have to consider using one more transformation, that is called character map transformation. Okay, so what I'm planning to put here, so let me take this data and let me take one more transformation here, and that is called character map transformation. So this is the transformation I'm going to use. So take all the data, send it here, double click on this and take the gender column. I wanted to in place change. I don't want to create a new column here. So I wanted to make it to uppercase. So all the gender data, all the gender column data will be in the uppercase, and that I wanted to send it here. So save the package, and you take this data and let me go here and delete all the data from here. So let me copy. So copy this and do quickly. So the data has gone. I don't have any data here. Let me save and execute the package. When you save and execute the package, now let me see how much data I'm able to send there. So just click on this and click here and execute one by one. So you have Lata, you have same, and you have still it is, taking the same data. Probably you have some kind of a issues with this data. Could be trimming we have to do, because when you have some kind of a wrong data, some kind of a spaces, it is not able to take the spaces. Still it is sending you to the this kind of a unmatched rows. Let me just go here and let me execute. Let me remove all of them here and go back. And what I'm trying to do, that is perform. So before converting. So what I do, I drag and drop one more transformation called derived column transformation. So let me go here and put a derived column transformation here. Okay. So, so when you go to the derived column transformation, so I wanted to cut. Okay. So derived column. So replace gender. I wanted to trim. So there is a function called trim function here. When you go to the string functions, so there is a L trim, there is a R trim, there is a trim function is available here. So with the help of trim function, you should be able to perform the trimming operation. So simply you drag and drop this here. So I want to place the gender within this. Okay. So if you have any kind of a trimming issues, it should be able to remove all the trimmings here and there, so that you should not get any kind of an issues. Let us see whether it is going to work or not. So save and send the data, then you change it to uppercase and lowercase, and everything is fine here. So now you go. I don't have any data here. Let us see what is going to happen now. Okay. Now we are able to get 4 3 and we got only one record here, and everything is, I think, perfectly fine. And go back and check one by one. So I have some data here. Anu, Lata, Radha is come here, and you have some mail records are here, and you have some more data. So that is only one data you're able to keep it here. So are you able to understand? So when you have some kind of a trimming issues, or when you have some kind of a uppercase lowercase issues, you will have more problems. So better take each and every trim data, each and every column. If you wanted to perform any kind of an operation there, so better take all the data and you better trim all the gender columns. So wherever you have gender data, not only the gender, any string data, for example name also, you can drag and drop name and say replace name and a trim. Simply you just go here and write trim and open the bracket and close the bracket. So this would be the better choice. So all the string data you have to trim and send it to the next level. All the, so gender over, name over, and salary department ID numbers. So forget about it. Okay, so like that, you should be able to send and you should be able to enjoy without getting any kind of an issues here. Are you getting? So if you wanted to perform any kind of an operations also, you should be able to perform some kind of an, other operations with the help of this. But now what customer is saying, I wanted to send some mail data to Excel destination. So everything is fine, everything is working fine now. Or I wanted to send unmatched data to the Excel destination. So that's what I wanted to do it now. So now it is working fine without having any issues. But customer is saying they don't want to have unmatched data in this file. They wanted to have, so this is they don't need. So let me drop this table. So drop table. Okay. So let me go back here quickly, change unmatched data, remove this and drag and drop Excel destination. So let me go here and take, we have Excel destination here. So take the blue pipe and connect. So double click on this and go to the connection manager and you have to choose one file if you have. Otherwise you have to create. So go to the drive and so I think we have created some India, right? In this we are going to create will create say employee is a Excel sheet name. So create the file, automatically you will get the extension and the first row has a column names and click on OK. Now you have to create a Excel sheet because you have only created the workbook name, and simply go here and you have to create one workbook name. So let me go here and the workbook name is called unmatched data. Okay, so employee ID, name, salary, gender, department ID you have here and click on OK. And now you have to use that sheet. The sheet name is unmatched. I told you already. You have to choose dollar indication, dollar symbol and click on mappings. So this is how you have to create an Excel sheet and it is giving you some error. So read the error. What is saying? Column EAD cannot convert between unique code to non-unique code. I told you, whenever you send the text file data to the Excel destination, it is going to give you an error because Excel is by default unique code data and a flat file by default is non-unique code data. You cannot send flat file data to the Excel directly without having a conversion. So I have to convert the data and before sending it here. So let me remove this link and drag and drop data conversion transformation here. So we have a data conversion transformation. So let me place the data conversion transformation and give the connection here and double click on this and I have to change everything. So these are the before conversion names, these are the after conversion names. I have to convert to everything to unique code. Oh, unique code, this one. Okay, so unique code you have to convert DTWSTR. Okay, so different data types are available that you have to convert. If you know the length, that also you should be able to change according to your requirements and click on OK. These are the data you supposed to capture in the Excel sheet. These are the data, before conversion. These are the data after conversion. Click on OK and make sure that you are giving DTWSTR. Click on OK. Now take this, give here, double click on this. Now when you go to the mappings, you have to neatly give not this data. You have to come here, choose this data. You have to come here, choose this data. You have to come and choose this data. So that data you have to leave as it is. Okay. So ID, name, salary. So this is how you have to give. So after the converted data, you are sending it there. So click on OK. Now it is gone. Save the package and ensure that you don't have any data here. These are also empty. Now go here and execute. Okay, you are able to send all the data here. So one data has gone to the Excel sheet and remaining data as usual it will go here. We are able to see the data here. And let us go to the D drive. We have India folder here and we have employee where you should be able to find out this data. So employee ID, employee name, salary, gender, department ID, the data is coming here. So like that you should be able to understand. Clear? Now, if the customer is saying, I wanted to have, this kind of an expression. For example, if the gender equals to M, I wanted to prefix, or Mr. Or if the gender equals to F, I wanted to have this kind of a things. If you wanted to have like this, and definitely you should be able to write some kind of an expressions. For that, you should be able to have a derived column transformation. Since already we have one derived column transformation, you can use that. Okay. Let me go to format and auto layout diagram. So automatically it will arrange the diagram neatly. So now it is I think looking good. So flat file and I am doing some kind of a trimming operation. Then I am performing some kind of a uppercase lowercase kind of a work, and after that I am performing the splitting of operations. Then later I am sending the data to the different destinations depends upon my requirements. Now I wanted to capture like this, and before that let me write one more uh, operation here. So what is that? I wanted to write replace name. I don't have here, and I think okay. If I want to write one more, I will not be able to write. So let me write it here only. Otherwise, so here I wanted to trim the name and write some kind of a expression. What is the expression I wanted to write? If gender equals to male. Okay. Now, if I write this, there is a problem also here because already I'm putting the character map here, and before that I'm trimming blah blah blah, right? So what we'll do, uh, let me put here. So after the conversion only, let me have one more derived column transformation, and here I am planning to write one more. So go here and take name, and here, sorry. Oh, did I take data conversion? Sorry, I don't need data conversion here. I wanted to have derived column transformation. So take the here and you're able to see there is a fx. Fx means expressions. So wherever you can see derived column, it will give you fx. So double click on this. I wanted to have not the name, sorry, gender. If the gender equals to capital M, okay, then it should be Mr. Dot plus is the concatenation symbol plus name else semicolon copy paste make it to yes and press enter. Okay, so this is what is the thing, and here I wanted to replace this with the name. So if gender equals to M, it will become Mr. Name, else it will become Miss Name. So this is what is the condition I wanted to show you. So click start and execute the package. Now everything is working fine. Stop debugging, go here and let me execute this data. Oh, sorry, what is happening? Let me execute. Now execute this data and see you have Miss Anu, Miss Lata, Miss Radha, Mr. Ram, Mr. Kiran, Mr. Raj. Like that, you should be able to write this kind of a simple expressions and send the data to the destination. Now, somebody saying I wanted to send data of a say female data or male data not to the SQL Server destination. I want to send this to say raw file destination. Let me remove this and I wanted to have a raw file here. So take other destinations and there is a raw file destination and let me planning to have raw file here. Double click on this and all mail data now I'm planning to send it to raw file. Now double click on this and file name is uh, file from variable file name I wanted to have. So raw file I'm planning to keep in go to say in India folder only. So the raw file name I will say employee uh, dot raw. So this is the file. Click on open. So this file is going to be created now. Right option, create always, create once, append. So I wanted to have this file always, so create always. Now click on column. So what data you wanted to have here? So all the data, employee ID, name, salary. So all the data I wanted to have. Okay. So click on OK. Very simple. So I'm going to take all the data. So female data will go to SQL Server. Male data will go to raw file and unmatched data will go to Excel sheet. Now save and execute. Okay. So 3 rows went here, 4 rows went here and 1 row went here. So let me go back and execute this. You have some data here. Sorry. But let me go to the folder called India folder and here we have to see this is what is my raw file and always you have to open if you cannot open but if you wanted to open with notepad. Okay, so this is what is the raw file data. So it is not readable data, so try to understand. I told you yesterday, right? So no structure. So when you dump the data to the Excel sheet or the SQL Server tables, you should be able to read. But whenever you dump the data to the raw files, you will not be able to read. But if you give this file to the SSIS engine tomorrow, it should be able to get all the data perfectly and it can dump the data to the different SQL Server, a different Oracle or different Excel. So SSIS can read, machine can read easily these files, but these files are not meant for human to read. Okay, so this is how you should be able to see the data in the raw files if you wanted to open with the notepads, because you cannot open these files. There is no raw files in our operating system which is going to support to open. Clear? Now this is what is called a raw file. Now somebody is saying they wanted to send some data to OLEDB destination and they wanted to send this data to one more Excel destination or one more flat file destination. So how can we do that? So this data I'm able to send it to only this, there is no issue, or I'm able to send this to this, there is no issue. But if I wanted to send one to some data to raw file and one data also I wanted to send it to SQL Server destination. So let me drag and drop SQL Server here or OLEDB destination here. Let me keep and same mail data. So when I go here, mail data is able to go here, but same mail data should go here and same mail data should also go here. So, but how do I do that? So one input, I wanted to send it to multiple destinations. So, but unfortunately, when you go here, only one link is there. But if I remove the link, I can get only one blue, either the blue line can go here and but when I go here, the same blue line cannot come here. But if you wanted to send it to multiple destinations, you have to use multicast. So this is where you have to use one more transformation called multicast transformation. So multicast transformation distributes every input row to every row in one or more outputs. So let me drag and drop multicast. So take the data here and the mail data will go, and when you double click on this, nothing is there to set the properties. So everything is the blank. So this is what is the happy news for us. And take one pipe and give it to this fellow, and take again one more pipe and give it to this fellow, and double click on this, and you should be able to pick up. I wanted to send it to, as usual, we have one mail table already is there. So this is what you should be able to understand. So go to format and auto layout diagram. So end of the day, why we have to use multicast means I wanted to send one input data to multiple destination. One destination is a raw file. One more destination is we're sending it to the SQL Server destination. So this is what is called the things we had understood today. What is a derived table, derived column, sorry, and the multicast, data conversion, condition split, and Excel destination, raw file destination. So these are the things you should be able to understand. And now same four rows went here, same four rows also went there. So you should be able to go now, and you should be able to see the data here, and you can also see the data in the raw file destinations. Are you able to understand? So please practice this once tomorrow so that you would be able to understand this video I'm going to post. So any other questions, guys? And I'm going to send you this file as well, the source file I'm going to send you, so that you will be able to easily understand the issues if you have anything. Any questions, guys? So you can learn. So derived column, how to implement. So condition split, how to implement. So how can we understand, trimming issues, and, you're able to understand different, string issues. All of them, you should be able to see them there. Any other questions, guys? Any other doubts or questions?